slowly exhale to bring yourself into that elbow plank position. You can interlace your fingers and hold. Okay, so make sure you're in that elbow plank where your knees are off the mat and hips squeezed. Open your shoulder blades and press your elbows into the floor and move your upper body away from the floor. Slowly relax, drop the knees down and bring yourself completely to lie down on your belly in this position. Lie down, bring your palms in line with your chest, elbows squeezed or tucked into your waist. So what happens is when you open the elbows out, your shoulders pop forward. When you bring the elbows in towards the waist, the shoulders automatically roll backwards. Okay, try that. Exhale, pop the elbows out. And inhale, bring the elbows in, roll the shoulders back. That's the movement we want. So exhale one more time and chin towards the floor. Press your palms into the mat, toes turned outwards. Inhale to lift into Cobra position. So you can keep this as a modified Cobra position right now where only your belly is lifted off the floor. And then exhale, drop it down. We do this 2 more times. So press the palms into the mat, squeeze the elbows towards the waist. Inhale to slowly lift up to the waist and keep pressing the shoulders down, okay? Relax, drop down to the floor again. 1 more time. Press your palms into the mat. Begin to inhale and lift yourself up. As you exhale, slowly release. Relax. Stretch your arms in front of you. Lower down your forehead and rest it on the floor. Stretch your toes. Relax. Come back and now you're going to just take your left elbow and place it in the center of your chest. Fold your right leg, okay, and just gently, just check if this movement, is comfortable for you. And you're just gently checking, just slowly using your hamstrings, opening them up, back to the center. Place your right palm in front of your chest again and fold your left knee, hold it and just slowly begin to bring the leg in and out, the heel closer to your glutes if possible and relax. That's it. Pressing your palms. Once again, tuck the toes in, separate the toes out a little bit, okay? Press and come up into modified plank position when you're using your support of the knees and lift up into modified downward facing dog where you're on your toes, heels are lifted, knees are bent, knees moving into the belly and you're going to pulse in this position. So move the belly and the thighs towards each other and release. Again, move in towards each other and release. Once again, move the belly and thighs towards each other. Relax your head. Point the crown of your head towards the floor. Make sure your shoulders are moving away from each other. And slowly relax. Once again, settle into a full downward facing dog and start walking your dog. Each time you walk your dog, you're going to lift one heel away from the floor and bring that knee into the chest as much as possible. Stop walking. Slowly take baby steps to walk forward towards your palms. Bring your feet in line with your palms in front. Keep the knees bent. Slowly begin to inhale and come up to standing Tadasana or tree pose. As you exhale, relax. Drop it down. Hold this space. Hold this position. Keep your eyes closed if you want. Just take a couple of deep breaths to just internalize all these movements that you just practiced. find and connect with the strength, your internal strength of the body. Deepen your inhales, deepen your exhales. Slowly bend the knees and come into a chair pose. So you're going to just lean a little bit forward so that you can lift your arms up. Come up into a nice chair pose. From the chair pose, you're going to squeeze your elbows and bring your palms in front of your heart center. And you're going to straighten the knees and lean forward into a forward fold. Resting your fingertips or palms on the floor. You can use blocks if you need on both the sides. Slowly, from this position, you're going to take your right leg behind. Make sure that in this position, your palms are touching the floor and they are in line with your toes in front. Hold this position, and here we begin a restorative practice. Any restorative flow means holding certain yoga poses so that your body can absorb the benefits of those poses. For example, this lunge pose, the supported lunge pose is great to build strength in your thighs. It's great to, it's great as a hip opener. So you're literally, if you're holding in this position, you may feel your quads getting worked out. Sometimes you can even feel the quads getting a little gentle shivers. That's because the muscle is getting worked. Stay in this position. You do have the option to gently lower the knee and continue to hold this pose. We're usually going to hold each poses for 5 to 10 breaths. This one being 5 breaths. Since I was talking, I lost count of my breath, but I hope you're able to count 5 full breaths and then lower down the knee. And from there, you're going to take both the knees back into that supported plank position. Make sure your supported plank doesn't look like a tabletop. In supported plank, you will have to keep the knees behind the hips, drop the hips low, and make sure that your shoulders feel the strength of it. From there, 8 limb pose. Knees, chest and chin touching the floor. Bend the elbows, squeeze them into the waist, chin and chest touching the floor, hips held high. Again, we're going to hold this pose for 5 breaths. This is an relatively easier pose to hold because it has great benefits on your back. You're using 8 limbs, which means your chin, chest, both your palms, both your knees and both your toes, which makes like 8 limbs touching the mat, which is why it's called 8 limbs pose. This is actually a great modification for a plank or when you're doing your vinyasa practice, Slowly exhale, settling down into your belly. Once again, keep your palms in the same position. Push the floor away so that you can, this time, make the elbows straight and lift yourself up into a cobra position. When you're in cobra, your toes are away from each other, turned outwards. Palms pressing into the mat. Shoulders pressing down, chin lifted. Try and lift your head almost upwards towards the ceiling and then slowly release into a child pose. Once you're in your child position, you can modify such that your hips get closer to your heels. Forehead can touch the floor if you want, or you can stay lifted depending on how you feel. And then slowly lift, tuck your toes in and lift yourself up into downward facing dog. Once again, make this a modified down dog. Make sure knees are bent, the crown of your head is pointing down, chin is tucked to the chest, and try and look at your navel if you can, keeping the knees bent. Gaze at the navel. Again, take a couple of deep breaths, 2 or 3. Stay strong in this position. Slowly release. So, settle into a full down dog. This time, inhale to lift this position for 5 breaths. Inhale deeply in that 3-legged dog position. 3 of your limbs touching down on the floor, which makes it a 3-legged dog. Inhale and keep lifting that leg as high as you can, working the lower leg a lot more this time. Deep inhale and deep exhale. 2 more breaths in this position. If you keep your chin lifted, you're going to constrict your neck. So make sure you release your head, point the crown of your head into the floor. Take one more last breath. As you exhale, bring the front leg in between your palms in front. And now we begin to step forward, walking into that forward fold with your knees straight. Slowly exhale to bend the knees. Bring yourself up into a chair pose and release into Tadasana.